juicy, of course. I always tell you juicy secrets. What do you mean? My life is lit. It's hip. It's happening. So I always have something juicy to tell you. Ewe ne, ndingakubalisela ngayo le mfihlelo yam ndinayo. Ndasoloko ndikubalisele ubomi bam ayisana bu-hot, buyatshisa njengehita, njengebom. Ndiza kubalisela ne, uyafuna ukuyiva. Ngobe ndiwuxelela kuqala enye imfihlelo yam uye wayigcina kuwe, oko kundenza uba bandizivebo ndamkilekile ebomini bakho. Ngoko ke ndifuna ukukuxelela ngenye imfihlelo yam. Ayisana, ungaxeleli namnye umntu. So don't tell anyone I told you this. But I trust you, I trust you, I trust you. Ndikuthembile kuba khanguyixelele mntu naleyo yokuqala ndithi. Okay. The secret is, when I was in middle school, I somehow joined a school choir, yet I can't even sing to save my life. How did that happen? Oh, I can see you laughing at me, and you don't believe what I'm saying. I know, it's not believable, right? It's not believable, because I have the worst voice ever. I mean, I can't even sing. So how did that happen? Well, into endimxelela yona, esikolweni ndangena ebaculini. Ndandingumculi, ndikwazela ukucula ke mna elo xesha. Andinokwazi kwa ukucula ukusindisa ubomi bam. Ndazibuza ukuba njani, ndikwazi njani ukuba ngumculi ekubeni ndingakwazi ukucula mna elo xesha. Hayi ke sana, ndakubona uyahleka kwaye uyikholelwa le nto ndiyithethayo. Ndithetha inyaniso emsulwa. Ndandicula ndisemncinci, kodwa ndikwazi ukucula ngelo xesha. Okay, so you want to know how it started, right? Don't worry, I will tell you. I know it's a big Xhosa secret and you just want to hear it approaching us, and I was like, oh my goodness, this car is coming to us and it's going to hit us. And my natural instinct of protecting my sibling kicked in, so I immediately like pushed her to the side of the road, and I couldn't like carry her and go to the side of the road. We would have been too slow, so I immediately pushed her to the side of the road, and the car ended up hitting me, and I broke my leg. And did I even tell you that I was an athlete growing up at school when all of this happened? I could run like nobody's business. I could have been the next Caster Semenya should this have never happened to me. You never know, right? So I pushed her to the side of the road, and the car ended up hitting me, and I broke my leg. But don't worry, I'm fine, okay? I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm fine now, but my leg still does give me problems now and then. But I walk properly and I can run, but not as fast as I used to. And if I run very, 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 very fast, when it's at night and I'm sleeping, I really feel the pain in my leg that I broke. But okay, I was running fast. Or if it's super cold, I really feel the pain in my leg, but it's cold. So, but in terms of walking and all that, you can never tell that I was hit by a car. So that's what happened. And I couldn't run anymore at school. So ndithi ke ndikuxelele ngenye imini ndandihamba nosisi wam. Uyamazi kuloo betshata khona laa video bendiyiposti lapha kuYouTube yomtshato. Kuloo betshata ke kulaa video sasihamba sobabini ke sana sisiya esikolweni, sisahamba njalo. Utitshala wethu wayesixelela uba phambi niwele umgaqo funeka nijonge ekunene, nijonge ekhohlo, nijonge ekunene kwakhona, ukuba ayikho imoto ezayo ningawuwela emgaqweni. Hayi ke sajonga ke nathi ekunene, sajonga ekhohlo, sajonga ekunene, sabona uba ayikho imoto ezayo, sawela umgaqo. Xa sesiwela umgaqo kwabe kukho le moto yebiweyo isa ngesantya sanobom. Ngoko ke mna ndaqonda uba ha-a, le moto izawusitshayisa sobabini kwaye ngathina akayiboni, and andinokwazi ukumfunqula ke mna ukuze siwele, ngoba if ndamfunqula siza kucotha endleleni sitshayiswe sobabini yile moto. Ngoko ke ndaqonda uba mandive ndimtyhalele ngaphaya kwendlela, ndamtyhala wahamba yowa ngaphaya kwendlela. Emveni kokuba ndimtyhalile yaza imoto yaza kum, yadithi qu yanditshayisa, ndephuka umlenze. Kodwa ungabi naxhala wena, ungabi naxhala. Nantsi imoto, uyayiva loo moto, ngathi ngendibaleka. Nantsi imoto, imoto etheni le? Xa ndithetha imoto kwaza enye imoto. Hayi ke ndithi ndamtyhala ngapha, yafika imoto yandiphula umlenze, yanditshayisa. Emveni kokuba ndiphuke umlenze, bendingamxelelanga phofu uba ndandibaleka esikolweni, kwangekho umntu wayendehlula. Ndandisoloko ndiba ngowokuqala ndibaleka ndibashiya apho. Ubana ndingephukanga umlenze andiyazi uba ngendiphi ngoku, okanye ngendingomnye uCaster Semenya nam, asinokwazi. Hayi kodwa ke ndiyabulela kuThixo uSomandla into yokuba nangona ndephuka umlenze wam usebenza kakuhle ekuhambeni, ndiyakwazi ukuhamba. Kodwa ke ukuba kuyabanda phandle ndiyawuva ubuhlungu busithi ntswi emlenzeni wam kweli dolo ndiphuka kulo. Naxa ndihambe indlela ende okanye ndabaleka ngesantya sanokutsho, ndiye ndiwuve uba umlenze wam ubuhlungu ke ngoku. Kodwa ke akunani. As I was saying, when I went back school, and I had to join an after school activity, right? Because before I broke my leg, I joined I was a runner. So now I was like, can I play netball? Yeah, I can jump, but the leg, it won't allow me to play netball. And I was like so frustrated that I couldn't play any sports because of my leg. I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? My best friend at the time, my primary school best friend, was like, you can come to the school choir. And then I bursted out laughing. I can't sing to save my life. Have you seen me singing, girl? Are you making fun of me right now? Like, what's going on? And she was like, you know what? You'll just stand next to me and no one will actually notice that you can't sing. Just stand next to me and don't raise up your voice. Just sing. Just lower your voice. Lower it, lower it, lower it. When you're singing, okay. I was like, okay, I don't have any after school activity, so I might as well join her because I still have my voice, right? But I can't play sports anymore. So I went to the school choir with her, and the choir coordinator was my favorite school teacher. I loved her. She was very feminine, and she taught us arts and culture, and I loved arts and culture. Maybe I ended up loving it because I just loved the way she carried herself, and I just wanted to impress her. So that's why I ended up being good in arts and culture. I guess we never know, but yeah, that's it. So she was the choir coordinator as well, and I was like, I'm going to embarrass myself in front of my favorite school teacher. I don't want that to happen. So yeah, I came, and then kokuba ndibhuke umlenze khandikwazi ukuphinde ndibe ndisakwazi ukucula esikolweni, kwanyanzeleka ke ngokuba andikhandikwazi ukuphinde ndidlale okanye ndibaleka esikolweni. Kwaye bingekho neminye imidlalo bendingayidlala ngoba yonke imidlalo ibiqhomisa okanye ibibalekisa, kwaye ke bendingafuni ukwenzakalisa umlenze wam kwakhona. Ngoko ke nasekhaya ndandixelela uba ndingaphinde ndibaleke okanye ndidlale eminye imidlalo ngoba umlenze wam okanye ngekavume ngoba bendisandukwephuka mos. So nogqirha bandixelele oko. Ngoko ke umhlobo wam wandixelela ukuba hayi wethu, yiza masihambe siyocula. Ndamxelela uba hayi bo, uyandazi uba ndikwazi ukucula nje mna ndofike ndithini phaya xa ndicula nina. Wathi suba nexhala, wena awuzucula, uzowulehlisa ilizwi lakho, ulehlise. Xa ulehlisile ilizwi lakho awuzuvakala mos xa ucula. Xa ungavakali awuzukwazeka uba ukwazi ukucula. Ndabe namqonda uba ayikho enye into endizawuyenza mos apha xa abanye abantwana begoduka, nam ndifuna ukuba nomdlalo endikuwo. Ngoko ke mandingene emculweni. Hayi ke ndahamba naye ndongena emculweni. Utitshalakazi wethu womculo wangomnye utitshala endandimthanda ngendlela enobomi. Ndandimthanda nje indlela azithanda ngayo nendlela ngoko ke ndaqonda uba andifuni ukuzihlaza phambi kwalo titshalakazi. Kwaye ke wayesititsha i-arts and culture. Ndaqonda uba yho, ndiyayithanda ke i-arts and culture. Andazi noba ndandiyithanda kuba yayifundiswa nguye okanye kuba ndandivele ndiyithanda. Kodwa ke ndangena emculweni. As I joined the choir, I stood next to her, and a lot of people, when you're joining the choir, there are a lot of people. So the teacher ends up having to eliminate other people who can sing so that we can reach a specific number, for going to choir competitions and all that. There was a specific number of kids who can go. So if you exceed that number, you can't sing. So she ended up having to kick out a lot of people. And I was like, she can't kick me out. She cannot kick me out. I like her too much and I don't have anything to do after school. So what will I do if she kicks me out? I was very nervous. My friend was like, just play it cool. Play it cool. Remember what I told you. And then we started singing. I was like, so do re mi fa sol la di do la so fa mi re do di la so fa mi re do. Hayi ke mina uxelela ne sangena emculweni ndabe ndizoyika ke mna ngoba abantu babesemculweni babebaninzi kwanyanzeleka uba abanye babakhutshwe kuba kufuneka kuye inani elithile kwinciphiswano ndiqonda uba akanokwazi ke ukundikhiqa nam umisi ngoba ndiyamthanda ndikwazi kanjani ukukhiqwa ngumisi kodwa ndiyamthanda angeke andikhiqe ndifuna ngandikhiqe andinokwazi usihlaza phambi kwakhe. Hayi ke utshomi wam wathi bhola suba nexhala wena culela ezantsi akuzovakala xa uculela ezantsi kuba ilizwi lakho uba uliyilo. Ndathi okay ndizoculela ezantsi and then koko ke ndaqala ndacula do re mi fa sol la di do and I started singing like that and I lowered my voice like she told me and she was like, and I was basically, you know what, whatever. I started singing. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I am a singer. You know what? Maybe I am the next Miriam Makeba. Just joking. I mean, Miriam Makeba is a legend, and so yeah. And I started singing, and as we were singing, the teacher was like, there are a lot of people who joined the alto over there, and there are not enough people singing the soprano, so I need people from alto. If you know you can join the soprano, can you please go and join the soprano? And then I looked at my friend. I was like, friend, what are we singing? Like, what is this? I didn't even know what I was singing. She was like, we are in the soprano, but play it cool. Yo, sorry. She was like, we're in the alto, play it cool. And I was like, okay, cool. Then the teacher was like, if there is no one moving from the alto to soprano, I will end up having to ask you guys to sing one by one by one. What? Oh, hell no. I ran to the soprano because I couldn't sing anyway, so what difference does it make? Hayi ke sacula ke notshomi wam sacula waqonda utshomi wam wandijonga kanje wathi ya ne uyacula nam ndisiva neba hayi ndiyacula sana uMiriam Makeba hayi sana uBrenda Fassie ngabasekhaya namhlanje ndiyacula. Hayi ke ndisacula kanjalo umiss wasimisa wathi hayi kanimeni nibanintsi nina abaniculi i-alto, abanye benu mabambojoyina isoprano ngoba kwisoprano abakho bantu banintsi. Ndabuza kutshomi sicula ntoni kuba ndazi uba yintoni endiyiculayo mna. Wathi suba naqala sicula into i-alto. I was like, le kuthiwa izawukhiqwa. Wathi yena suba naqala wena awuzukhiqwa. amazwi enu. Xa ningakwazi ucula ndinikhuphele ngaba ngaphandle. Ambani nongena kwi-soprano uba niyakwazi uba niyazazi uba niyakwazi ucula isoprano. Ndaqonda uba yho anokwazi tu kwaphela uba mandam ndongena kwisoprano nam ngoba umisi zawundikhiqa mos uba ndingena kwisoprano ndizawuthini ke ngoku xa ndikhiqiwe. Ndabaleka. I mean, i-alto ndabaleka ndongena kwisoprano. So the teacher would go from move in a line and listen like this. As the students were singing, she would listen like this. I'm like, okay, cool. So I decided to go stand at the back. There's an aeroplane passing by. I decided to go stand at the back in the soprano because there were not enough people in the soprano, right? So she did exactly what she said she would do. She asked people in the alto to sing one by one. Can you imagine what would have happened if she asked me to sing all by myself? I would have been the laughing stock of that entire school because you know my singing voice, so I'm not going to even get there. So people were singing one by one, and I was like, that's such a terrible voice. I know I have a terrible voice, but I have a lot of people in the same WhatsApp group as me here, and those people ended up being kicked out of the school choir because they couldn't sing, but others could sing, and the teacher was like, you have a great voice, go join the soprano. You have a great voice, go join the soprano. So the ones who could sing ended up joining the soprano. Those who couldn't sing, some of them had a terrible voice, like worse than mine. I know it's hard to believe, but terrible voices. They were kicked out. So I was in the soprano and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stand at the back and I'll continue being like do re mi fa sol la ti do la so fa mi re do ti la. I did my thing at the back, and people would stand according to their heights, right? If you're short in front, at the back, the tall ones at the back. So the teacher was like, Sifiwe, what are you doing at the back? Come, stand in front. She will hear that I can't sing, so what am I gonna do? I don't wanna stay in front. I don't wanna stand in front, I wanna stand at the back. So I walked to the front, and then she was like, come. Then she took me, and then she placed me in between these two girls. These two girls were the biggest bullies at school. They bullied me a lot, and when I was still in middle school, I was a very, very shy kid. I didn't say anything. My best friend spoke up for me against my bullies. Now she was there in the alto, and I was in soprano in between these two bullies who had amazing voices, by the way. I'm not sure if I should mention their names. I don't want drama. I'm not going to mention their names. They had amazing voices. At school, we had awards for everything. One of the bullies had an amazing voice. So in the morning in assembly, she would start the Lord's Prayer and like a song before, we could go to our classes. She would sing in assembly. She had a beautiful voice. Loved her voice. Even though she bullied me, when someone is good, I will admit they were good. So she had an amazing singing voice. So she would win awards for best singer at school because she was amazing. So I was in between the two of them, best singers at school. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? So I was like, play it cool. My friend was like, you got this. So I was like, I stood in between them, and when we were singing, I would be like, instruments to sing, they went like this and listened to me. They said, "Why aren't you singing? Siviwe, you're not singing. Why aren't you singing?" And I was like, "I am singing. Hayibo guys, ndiyacula njena. Awuculi, uyaxoxa awuculi, thina singakuva. Siculela emazwinyeni apha, siculela emazwinyeni wakho. Sifuna ukuva xa ucula. Vakala ke sis." I was like, "Nisawundiva, okay, nisawundiva." So they were basically saying, "You can't sing, you can't sing. Why aren't you singing?" And I was like, "You're not singing." They were like, "You're not singing." And I was like, "Yes, I am singing." They're like, "Well, you're singing in your teeth, so we can't hear you. Raise up your voice. We need to hear you because you're not singing." And I was like, "Okay, you will hear me. I will start singing louder." And because I was a shy kid, I sang very. And then they were like, "Ma'am, Siviwe is not singing." The teacher was like, "Siviwe mntanam, khawucule kaloku." "Ndiyacula, miss." Okay. And then, which was basically, "Siviwe, sing." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am, I will sing." And then we started singing again. And then they were like, "Ma'am, Siviwe is still not singing. We can't hear her voice. Why can't we hear her voice if she's actually singing? She needs to sing louder." The teacher knew that I was very shy, and at times I would even cry if I was put on the spot. So she was like, guys, I am the choir coordinator here, conductor. I'm the choir conductor here. So if someone is not singing, I will be the one responsible for dictating that, okay? So I will listen to Siviwe, and if I can hear that she's not singing, I will take the necessary steps, okay? You guys focus on yourselves. You make sure that you are singing." So we continued, and they were like busy undermining me. And I managed to stay in the school choir, and when the teacher would listen like this, one by one, I would make sure that, I sing better, if that makes any sense. Plus, the two girls I was in between, even though they didn't know it, they were a blessing in disguise for me. Even though they hated me and they wanted me out, they were a blessing in disguise. Let me tell you this. Shh, relax. I will tell you why. That is because they had amazing voices and they sang very loud. They basically were so loud such that they overshadowed my terrible voice. So when the teacher would go like this, listening, I'm in between, right? Their voices would go to the teacher's ear more than mine did. So I was safe in that way. And we ended up going to school competitions, like competing with other schools, and we would win trophies, and we would travel from city to city. And like I said, I grew up in a very small town, so as we were traveling, I ended up going to big cities. In the town where I grew up in, the buildings had only just one floor or just two floors. We didn't have tall buildings or skyscrapers, so we would go to other cities, and I would be like, wow, like I was seeing big buildings, tall buildings. I was like, wow. And then we would use elevators and escalators, and I was not used to those things, so I would busy going up and down in escalators, going up and down in the lift. I was like, even though I watch Velapi and he's scared of lifts, I don't care. Going up, going down, wena ubesemculweni kodwa ukwazi ukucula njani ntombi. And I was like, ndikhonza uNkulunkulu wesimanga, ndikhonza uNkulunkulu wesimanga. So they're basically like, how is it possible that you of all people are in the school choir, but we all know that you have a terrible singing voice. We all know that. So how in the world are you in the school choir? And I'm like, I serve a miracle working God. You know what? My God works miracles in my life. That is how. They're like, ayinyanisile ngoba asazi ukuthi semculweni kusomandla yedwa akwaziyo. And I was like, they're like, yeah, he's a miracle working God indeed. So yeah, that is a story of how I ended up being in the school choir, yet I couldn't sing to save my life. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed listening to my crazy story of, my childhood experience as a singer, a choir singer, but I couldn't sing. But don't tell anyone I told you this, okay? Don't embarrass me to other people and tell them that, oh, she can't sing. Oh, do you know her? She can't sing. Please, ndacela ngokustopa ukhulu ungakuxeleli kwamntu uba mjonge mona lo akakwazi ukucula. Ndacela ungandihlazi, eva? Okay. Kuba undihlazile, yo. Uhlangana nempilazithuta. Anyway guys, nidlale kakuhle, niphole kakuhle, nizole kakuhle, nokuba yintoni nantoni eniyenzayo,